What's next? Currently, I'm going through a little conflict in my head. Something, and I'm kind of putting a pin in it, and for me to, make a signpost for me to remember this moment, to see how things go, how they progressed. A couple days ago, I was offered a job offer. I have a job offer, and they called me a couple times to hash out what the offer letter is going to say. They changed the thing a couple times, and the idea was it to basically to be in my best interest. That's how it was played, at least. And although I currently have a job, and the rules now is you can't comment, you can't mention your current salary, but I said what I would need to do. I would need to be paid in order to continue with my current standard of living. Without saying it directly like that. I forget exactly what I said, but I said this is what I would need. And because the way it was presented, it's a third shift position, so there's a shift differential, and so the actual pay in the beginning is going to be low, but it's with the shift differential, and then the insurance, and here and there, and there's 3 tiers of insurance. It all gets very confusing. So I had until today whether to accept it, and if I don't accept it by today, it's rescinded, which is fine. But it was so close to my current salary that I had to look, run the numbers, and compare my current benefits, what they cost me, my current pay, versus what the new job. And in the end, I'm going to be losing a couple $100 a week. Actually, basically it's somewhere between $150 and $300 a week, and $300 every 2 weeks, something like that. It's rough because it's really hard to hash these numbers out because it's not like for like, and it gets very confusing. But I was given the interview through a placement agency, not a temp company, but a company that would look out and find people. And they're kind of pushing, hey, if I need to talk, And honestly, these are black and white numbers. There's nothing I can do to change them. And I'm not into negotiating, to playing I need this. I already told them up front what I needed. And they weren't able to give that, but they were able to said they could give it with playing with the numbers and everything. But my current job is frustrating, but it pays me well enough so that I can live. This job would be less frustrating, but I wouldn't make the same amount of money. They'd be a little bit less. And unfortunately, the way we're currently living, current nature of the world, I'm living close to paycheck. I'm basically paying all my bills pretty well with a little bit extra to take care of my family and make things a little bit nicer. But literally, I'm living so close paycheck to paycheck that I can't. It just wouldn't be right. And at the end of the day, that's what I have to explain. And I don't want to negotiate salary and what do you need for it to work. I just don't think that's gonna be beneficial. Some people say, oh yeah, just tell them flat out. But the problem is the numbers, because of the insurance, health insurance, stuff like that, how much that costs versus my current company. The current company treats you very well, benefits-wise, but the workload is a pain in the ass, and it's very frustrating. And do I get paid less for less frustration? But there's no guarantee I'll be less frustrated. So I guess I'm talking myself into definitely not taking this position. And initially, I thought I was being selfish, saying, oh yeah, money. But it's not about the money. It's about my standard of living. And I can't live like that. And I don't want to play the negotiation game. I'm just not in the mood for the negotiation game. I think I have to, my intuition saying, just let it go. Doesn't even say even off. Don't rescind the offer. Don't decline the offer. My intuition says let it go, and that's not my always instinct is to confront things head on. Tell them what the situation is, and just deal with it. And this is a challenge for me, and I guess this is actually a learning time. I mean, what's the worst thing to happen? They're going to be mad at me for not declining the offer sooner. I'm not taking the job. The recruitment agency, the headhunter, will they be mad at me? Well, their job is to get me jobs. And if this job doesn't work out, they know they can get me money they can get money from me, through me, not from me, but through me. I didn't pay for this. The company that hires me would pay, but that's the nature of this beast. And if someone wants me that badly, they'll figure something out, and I shouldn't have to bend and take myself out of proportion. Honestly, intuition has already told me, spirit has already told me, something better is going to come along. It's been very adamant about this, and I always want to roll around and, put my family's best interest, my best interest, and the company's best interest. But at the end of the day, only I matter. That's a selfish thing to say, but since I matter, if I'm at my best, I can take care of my family very well. And if I'm taking care of myself, I can take care of the company I work very well. Hoping I'm being clear and not sounding too narcissistic. Because even us empaths need to be narcissists a little bit. Because we tend to think about what others, I think that's another thing. I'm thinking about what the others are going through and trying to do what's best for everyone else and forgetting about what's best for me. And unfortunately, I do like this job. This job seems interesting. This job seems challenging just enough. Everything seems good. But sometimes you gotta hold on to the devil you know and not go on to the devil you don't know. But those are just my thoughts. And I welcome anyone else's thoughts. Because I've been rambling a little bit, but this is mostly my vlogs are for me to remember different senses, different times, and see how I've progressed. So see how I've not progressed. Initially, it was basically about vlogging for a while and actually creating quality content. But I'm just so busy with everything, with life, that, focusing on a day to make quality content has not been in the cards for me yet. But I think it will be soon. Oh, some deer. I can't see them. But that's all I have to say. Be the best you can. Be the best for yourself, and then help everyone else once you've done, put yourself in the right alignment. That sounded better in my head than in words, but happens a lot of times. What's next? Oh, there's the deer. I'm just going to keep this going for a little while. Interesting.